Hi, I'm Jaclyn Ringstmeier with the Greater Medina Chamber of Commerce, and we're here at Everything Outdoor Camping with Armstrong Neighborhood Channel, and this is business as usual. Steve, thank you for hosting us today.
Well, thank you for coming.
First of all, why don't you tell the viewers at home a little bit about yourself and the store?
Okay. Well, again, my name is Steve Trommer. I'm the owner of Everything Outdoor Camping and Tactical here in the city of Medina. We're at 3823 Pearl Road, just north of town. And I've always enjoyed camping. I've been involved in it for a really long time. And probably about 10 years ago, I decided that as a career change, I wanted to do something a little more enjoyable that I like to do.
Isn't that a great concept, doing something you love?
Yes.
Love it.
I like that. Engineer by heart.
Okay.
About 10 years ago, I did a warehouse for a outdoor supply company that supplies, obviously, camping equipment. And at that time, I was preparing to go to the Boy Scout Jamboree in 2013.
Okay.
And as I started putting all my packs together and all the information, all the troops started saying, "Where did you buy that? Where did you buy that? Where did you get that?" And a little light bulb went on and said, maybe I have an idea here. So I took that idea and developed it into what we have here is Everything Outdoor Camping and Tactical.
Love it.
Now, I did have a store south of town.
Yep, we're in a new location.
New location here for me. So I was down there for about 5 years, and it really gave me a chance to really understand retail because I was an engineer by heart.
This is a vastly different environment, for sure.
Two different worlds. So I decided to put my efforts into learning how to run retail before I came up here to really, what I call, put my big boy pants on.
I love it. So you do have definitely more visibility here, but I would also say you've gained quite a bit of space, yes?
We did. So down there, it was a much smaller space, but I wanted a space that had the visibility, as well as it gave me the opportunity to bring in those items that really were short or in need in the community. I liked being in the city of Medina. I live here in Medina, and I wanted to make sure that the store stayed in Medina.
That's what we love.
So with the space that I have here, I've been able to add and have a lot of room to add additional inventory.
Well, and that's what I was going to ask you. We are standing by quite a few fun things. So talk about some of the stuff that you sell here.
So the primary areas, we cover 3 areas.
Okay.
The one primary area is, of course, all the camping supplies in regards to flashlights and waterproofing supplies, fuel. In the back, we have tents and sleeping bags. One of the other areas that we support in our store here is shooting supplies.
Okay.
So we provide a lot of the accessories that you'll need when you go out to the range. So we'll have range bags, we have ammo here. We do carry a lot of variety of things in regards to personal protection items where it comes into pepper spray.
And pepper gel I learned about.
And pepper gel. There is a big difference between the two. Along with that, being a scouter, I've been involved with scouting for about 18 years. When I knew I was coming to this larger location, I contacted the Boy Scouts nationally and told them a little bit about what I do and the retail space that I'm getting into. And after speaking with them and talking about the program a little bit, they were very agreeable to allow me to bring a national Boy Scout shop here.
Which is special and kind of unique, yes?
It is, because a lot of operations, most of the time you have to go to a Boy Scout council to get your supplies.
Okay.
So there's not a lot of these national retail stores are recognized as Boy Scout supply stores.
And you can just pop in and get what you need.
We have the uniforms, the numbers, the patches, a lot of the items that you would find at a council other than advancements.
Okay.
We have a lot of those items available here for sale.
Wonderful. And I do want to circle back. You were saying you have ammo, range bags, all that. No firearms at this time, right?
No, we haven't decided that we would actually get into selling of firearms.
Okay,
but
perfect.
at this time, we can get a lot of the accessories and those things that people need when they want to go to the range or go into the outdoor and shoot at one of the ranges or one of the local ranges here. We can definitely help them with the supplies.
So you mentioned outdoor range. This is a great time for us to transition. You have a virtual range here, correct?
We do. We do a lot of firearms training here.
Okay.
We do a lot of concealed carry and personal protection programs. And 5 years ago, we brought in a virtual range to help with our training programs.
would now be a great time for us to move back there and check that area out?
Yeah, we're more than welcome to go back and look at the range.
Let's do it. Okay, Steve, so we have arrived at the virtual range, and I'd love for you to take me through the benefits. You touched on it a little bit, but tell me about why this is a crucial part of your training.
When we started doing a lot of our concealed carry classes, we found that many people, first-time shooters, had a lot of anxiety when we took them to the range to actually shoot pistols.
That seems very reasonable to me.
And it is. It's a scary event in regards to you have a firearm that's dangerous.
Right.
It's very loud. It recoils, and there's a lot of things that people don't understand how a firearm operates that we can now simulate in the virtual range, which is Virtual Range Sight, which stands for Safe, Interactive, Tactical, and Entertaining.
There we go.
So when we bring a person in for the first time, and I do a lot of private classes, as well as those that come in for our concealed carry, we take a moment of time, about an hour and a half from the class, and we bring them in and use one of these simulated pistols. And the key point is every firearm we treat as if it's an actual firearm.
I mean, if we're learning, that's how we should be practicing, correct?
That's right, and that's why we call it a simulator. And we can actually be a little forgiving here before we go to live range.
Yeah.
Nice thing about what we like about these smart firearms training devices is if we keep our finger up high, that's where we should be.
Okay.
Occasionally, new students will drop their finger down into the trigger.
And that tells me I'm doing something incorrectly.
That's right.
Okay.
So our smart devices, smart firearms, actually have trigger sensors in them. And these are the same quality of firearms that are being used to train law enforcement as well as the military.
Wonderful.
And we can actually drop magazines, we can put them in holsters, so there's a lot of things that we can do with this training device that you can't do at a traditional firearms range.
It's like you start developing the muscle memory now so that you can be a safer firearm user once you're out on the range.
Correct. So we start here with basically working with the proper grip. And we then go into how to squeeze the trigger, how to sight align it to a target, and then we progressively go into other training devices. So we can work on static targets, we can work on moving targets. There's a lot of different scenarios, probably close to 200 or 300 scenarios that we can run through our simulator.
Which is all very significant and important, but also this can be used for fun too, correct?
There's a lot of entertainment value. But again, the key that we want to focus when we bring people in is that we're teaching them that this is an actual firearm and that we're always going to treat it as downrange with the firearm.
Perfect.
So I'll demonstrate a couple of things that we can do with it. One of the things we traditionally do, which is really quite boring, but it's a good training device, is we start people out here at the basic level, which is just a target. And by giving it a proper grip, we can put rounds on target. But if you notice, my finger was still in the trigger. As long as it's moving and active, it's not going to alarm.
I love it.
But if I slide my finger back down, it alarms again. So it does simulate that.
And your accuracy is the reason why we're having you do this demo and not me. It's perfect.
We can put you up here if you like.
Maybe later.
Maybe
when the
later.
camera's not rolling.
Okay. So one of the other more entertainment value that we have, and we'll see how we do here, this is what we call a can toss.
Okay.
And basically what we have here is we have pop cans that are going to come up behind a fence.
Okay. And those are moving targets.
Those are moving targets, and they interact with the shots on the screen.
Okay. My youth is telling me this is going to be like Duck Hunt.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Oh, both sides too. Fun, 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 fun. Nicely done.
Well, thank you. I get a little bit of practicing.
Right, I would think. Well, and that's it. Like you are the trainer for a lot of these classes, and that is the next area that I'd love to focus on with you, talking about everything outdoor camping here with Steve. So we've talked retail, we've talked virtual range. Can we transition to your classroom setting?
Sure can.
All right.
Be happy to.
Let's move. Okay, we are back in the Educational Training Center of the Everything Outdoor Camping Complex. And first and foremost, I have to compliment you on having the vision to create the space so that you can use it in an appropriate manner. Training space like this is hard to come by in Medina. So first of all, great. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Second of all, as we talked about, you're a certified trainer in a variety of things.
I am.
So why don't you take us through some of the educational opportunities that exist here?
Okay, so over the last probably close to 8 years, 9 years, I have been spending a lot of my time on the education side because I feel that education is key when it comes to making sure that people understand when it comes to being out in public,
Right.
be it with either ASHE training, that is first aid, CPR, AED training, and there's other programs within ASHE that we are certified to teach. We also do a lot of NRA programs that are out there around basic pistol inside the home, outside the home, refuse to be a victim programs that are out there. And these are all very good programs to help people understand how to carry themselves when they're out in public.
Right.
One of the other programs that we are involved in is the United States Concealed Carry Association. We're a business partner with them.
Okay.
And one of the programs that I wanted to take advantage of is being here and having this training room.
Right.
Is be able to bring a large group of people in and teach courses like this one, the Women's Personal Safety Program.
So important.
So what we have been doing since we moved here is once a week we have a free event from 6 to 8, once a week, where we invite folks in that either come through the store, we provide them information on how to register, or through the website that we have, they can come in and obtain this free education. And it's really eye-opening to a lot of them because, again, we live in Medina.
Right.
It's a safe community.
Absolutely.
But there are things that happen outside the community or just on our day-to-day travels that we need to be better prepared.
Right. Or just raise awareness around things that could occur for sure.
Right. And we really do need to become our own first responders. And we need to understand how to take care of ourselves while we're out in public, or our families, or help others when it's needed.
For sure. So you mentioned website and also people that are coming through the store, but social media, or where are people going to find this information where they can register for these events or the other training opportunities?
Yeah, so most of the education that I put on is either on Facebook or Instagram.
Okay.
I do have a couple websites where the information is on, as well as some of the websites where the groups like the NRA or the USCCA has registration programs as well, that we use those portals to actually register students through.
Perfect.
So we have a lot of opportunities, as well as I like paper.
Yes.
So I have lots of flyers here with.
Not going out of style for you, huh?
No, not going out of style. I have a lot of the flyers here that people that aren't on social media can take that home or share with other friends.
Which is great. So we would love for people to pop into Everything Outdoor Camping, see what Steve has created here. I just have a few final questions for you today, sir. I would love to know one of your most exciting camping experiences. I feel like you probably have some stories.
Probably one of the more exciting camping, the one I enjoyed the most, is when I was a Boy Scout master.
Okay.
Down in Lafayette with
Herding a bunch of children.
Well, yeah. That was Troop 453 down in Lafayette.
Okay.
We had a couple boys that were aging out, and we were a small troop. Their goal was to get down to Mammoth Cave to go camping, and it was never really in our budget.
Okay.
So I worked extremely hard to put together a budget to get them down to Mammoth Cave for a week, and we did.
Nice, for a whole week.
So a whole week.
Wonderful.
So there was no plans, there was no objections or goals in regards to what we needed to get done. It was just go down, enjoy the caves, enjoy the park, and we actually did get to go down and see the hole in the Corvette Museum.
Oh.
So there was a little added bonus there.
That is
But that
fun.
was one of the more fun events that I have. But I enjoy traveling to Utah a lot, and I do a lot of hiking out in Utah.
Wonderful.
So those are some of the more enjoyable things that I've done.
And what's the one essential item that a prepared outdoorsman should have with them at all times?
I would say good hydration.
Yep.
So as you're out and about, regardless if it's winter, if it's summertime, really have a good water bottle and making sure the water bottle's full.
That is wonderful advice.
And then make sure that you have a day pack or a hiking pack that you can carry that water with. Because that's the most crucial item that you need to have when you're out and about in the wilderness.
Perfect. And all things sold at Everything Outdoor Camping, correct?
Correct.
Wonderful. One final thing I want to comment on, Steve is a wonderful community partner. You've got some accolades coming your way soon as well from the Boy Scout Association. I just want to congratulate you on that. And if you'd love to tell the viewers at home, I know that you're proud of it and you should be.
Yeah, thank you. I've been working with the Boy Scouts for 18 years, and I've run programs from just being a den leader to scoutmaster, a wide variety of outdoor programs. I've been to several jamborees over the years. But this year, I have been nominated for the Silver Beaver.
It's amazing.
It is awarded by council here in the Great Trail Council area, and it's for those that have outstanding volunteer time to the youth programs for scouting, and I've been very proud to receive that recognition.
As you should be. It's well deserved. It's
Thank
well
you.
deserved. Final thoughts for our viewers at home.
I really would welcome you guys to come into the store. I am a great educator. I like to communicate with people and give them sound foundations that they need when they go out into the outdoors, as well as the various supplies and resources that we have here in regards to where do you go camping, where do you go backpacking. So not everything is purchased. There is some education and some knowledge that I have in this noggin here that I love to share.
Wonderful.
And that's probably the biggest part that I enjoyed being in this location, is sharing stories with others.
And we have a great outdoor world to explore, so we hope that people take advantage of all those opportunities out there. So,
well, thank you for coming in today.
Thank you for having us. And again, feel free to pop into the store, visit with Steve, hear his wonderful stories, and visit all of his social media and website information that we provide for you on screen.
Armstrong is proud to partner with the Greater Medina Chamber of Commerce to produce the Business as Usual series. As a dedicated member of the Greater Medina Chamber of Commerce, Armstrong supports local businesses while promoting the Chamber and its mission to prospective members. Watch Armstrong Neighborhood Channel on Channel 100 or visit Armstrong Neighborhood Channel on YouTube for all the latest episodes.